What's going on, guys? All Around Reptiles here, and today I'm going to be doing a reptile room tour for 2021. And I'm going to start in this corner right here, which is my mom's storage area for her stuff, and a giant open box. If you come from TikTok, you know what that is. It is a arena for crickets and bearded dragons and anything to basically get their food in a fun and cool way. But first off, we're going to start off with my blue-tongued skink Athena. She is in a 4-foot or equal to 120-gallon enclosure, and right now she is very opaque and going to shed, so she doesn't have the beautiful underbelly, but let me get around to show you. Well, I'm on my gaming chair at the moment, but this is my blue-tongued skink Athena. She is hissy, and she's also, this whole underbelly would be red. And now it is very opaque because she's going to shed. And normally I would be have cleaned her enclosure by now. I do spot clean every week, everyone's enclosure, but she is about to explode with shed, so there's no point in doing a full enclosure clean when she's just going to destroy it once again. And she is very squirmy, as you can see right now, but she is also a very, very good girl. She is on coconut fiber bedding, coconut fiber, like most of my animals are, because I just love the coconut, and she pops in her enclosure really well. She's just beautiful, but she doesn't like being handled, so let's go on to Inferno. Actually, before we move on to Inferno's enclosure, we're going to go to this corner of the room. Most of it is storage, like this holds a 10-gallon enclosure and just some stuff from old enclosures that if I could potentially use in the future, or if I somehow use it. But this is the Doobie Roach container. Obviously it is full of dubias, but they are great feeders, but right now I haven't been able to actually use the feeders because he eats them too fast, and they can't repopulate fast enough, so that kind of sucks. We also have a tub, a dustpan slash thing to take all of the bedding out of enclosures, because it makes it super easy instead of just using your hands, because that's kind of gross. But now let's move on to Inferno. So Inferno is in a 4-foot, also a 120-gallon enclosure, same as Athena's, just a lot different. So this is from Custom Reptile Habitats. It also, Snake Discovery supports them a lot, and I love their enclosure. If you haven't seen this build and me flipping the entire reptile room around, go check that out on my YouTube channel. And while you're down there, hit subscribe and like. But he is in a beautiful enclosure that is the most recent enclosure that I've done. And he is also the youngest and most recent animal that I have. But now, let's move on to my tortoise. This is my tortoise, Shia. She's a Russian tortoise, and she is 6 years younger than me, actually, because I got her on my 6th birthday when I was doing a reptile show, or not when I was doing a reptile show, I was way too young then, when I was getting a reptile birthday party, and she lives in this 4-foot by almost 4 foot, because there is a door frame that kind of stopped it from doing just 4x4. But it is a huge enclosure. She has full roam of this room, like this absolute entire room is her domain. And of course she pees absolutely everywhere, and some places like right behind me, and basically Inferno's closure sits on those bottoms have little slits, and she can get into them. So she is very obnoxious and likes to go in there and likes to scratch a lot. And I have done art. Here, wait, let me open it up. As you see, I did some art when I still painted a lot. If you want me to keep going on this, just leave a comment, and if this video gets up to 20 likes, I will keep painting it and probably finish it more than it is right now, because it's just, I mean, I got the flower done and 2 trees. I was gonna go on to this other side, but my cousins gave me some fan mail, and I have done other things other than just painting on it. But that is the whole half of the room done. So we got doobie roaches, Inferno, and my tortoise, Shia. And also storage, ton of storage, and then my mom's storage is right there. Wait, right? Yeah. And also trash can, because we need trash cans, and we need a lid on the trash can because the dog will get into it. But now, let's go on to her. This is Phoenix, my leopard gecko's enclosure, and she lives in a 25-gallon enclosure. She did used to live in a 5-gallon, but I have since upgraded her, and I did a video way back when that I thought I was going to post, but I never posted, which I don't really know why. Well, it just frustrated me because I had to redo this enclosure at least 3 times. Because the bedding slash rock, the excavator clay that I used, I thought you had to like wet it down super much and whatever, but obviously it cracked a lot. It just never worked. I was so frustrated with it. It sat in my basement just sitting there for at least 3 months. Until I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I eventually did it, and it doesn't look too bad, other than the calcium that she spills absolutely everywhere. But let me get her out. Well, we are sitting on the beanbag instead of the chair right now because she's a lot smaller of an animal. No, don't focus on my face, focus on the lizard. There you go. She is a beautiful Tremper albino, and she is het for eclipse. Or she's a possible het for eclipse. But of course, her name, Phoenix, she has a nice orange tail. But she is a beautiful girl, and she is my 3rd animal that I've gotten, that I actually wrote a paper on, or a letter, to my parents, and I've been wanting one forever, and I eventually got one. And I also have a video on that on my YouTube channel on when I first got her, and she looked way different. So if you want to see what she looked like when she was only a few months old, go check that video out. Well, this is Einstein, my snake. He's officially very confused because he loves to be out right now, because I think it is breeding season for colubrids slash corn snakes, and he is up and at 'em, and I think he wants food too, so I'm gonna have to quickly break him of food mode. No, it's me. It's your friendly neighborhood hand that comes to pick you up every once in a while. Huh? Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, do you want to go see the camera? You gotta stay in focus though. But he's trying to go to the moon. Alright, let me get him out really quickly. At the moment, he's trying to strangle my neck and my ear. Bud. Yeah, you. The lizard that's on my neck right now. Alrighty. But he is my officially 5-year-old corn snake, Einstein. He's huge. He is, I mean, basically longer than a 3-foot enclosure. He's a big chonkus, big boy. This was his first ever shed, and it is probably about 2 water bottles, and more like 2.5 water bottles. And now he is probably about like 4 or 5 water bottles, probably even more, because that is about 8 inches. So he's a 4-foot snake. He is a big boy, but he's a reverse oak corn snake. He is a beautiful boy, and I love him. And he is sometimes very annoying because he tries to push on the glass, and he uses this little thing to knock on the glass, and it is very loud, obnoxious when I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, you. But that is all of my animals. Yeah, That is all of my animals that I have. I'm hoping to get some more in the future, obviously. I mean, if you're a reptile keeper, you know that you always want more. You always want more animals. You always want cooler animals, but I think these animals are pretty darn cool, even though they're kind of basic. You know, other than the blue-tongued skink. Blue-tongued skinks and Russian tortoises are not very common. Including for a 15-year-old / 6-year-old when I got Athena, or got my tortoise, Shia. So, but I'm all our reptiles. I will see you on the next video. And Einstein, are you looking for some food, bud? Well, he's probably going to keep annoying me and waking me up.